Hello, my guys. Welcome to another episode of the Microwave Kicks. Yes, there's a particular club, the fans are extremely happy. There's a particular club, they wear red. See, in fact, the three big clubs in Premier League, all right, that their fans or they wear red are extremely happy today. In fact, let me start with this. For the Arsenal fans, the Lord has done it finally. Finally. The Lord has done it finally. finally. Because today, the Lord has done it. After months, after weeks of negotiation, finally, it's been done. Like, it's done. You know, Arsenal have had an agreement, according to Fabrizio, David Austin, and all of them, to sign Victor Gyökeres from Sporting. This deal has been going on for quite some time. It's been a long time Arsenal have been having these negotiations concerning add-ons, concerning transfer fees. Gyokeres going on strike. You know, he wants to force the move. There's a whole lot, you know, that actually concerns this deal. In fact, this week has been a week of celebrations for teams who have been actually expecting a particular kind of player, a particular profile of player, mostly strikers or wingers, that the club are refusing to let go, either for the price or for the add-ons or whatever. I will start with the first one for the week, Brian Mbeumo. Manchester United fans, they sang this song at the start, you know, of the week, or towards the end of last week. They sang this song. Then he went to Victor Osimhen. He sang the song two days ago. Finally, he has been let free. He has been let go from Napoli. Just yesterday or 2 days ago, Ekitike from Liverpool, he has been set free. He has been let go, you know, to go to his own was not this complicated though. He has been let go, you know, to move to Liverpool. And now Victor Gyökeres. What a transfer. What a transfer. You know, this is a statement signing from Arsenal. This is a kind of signing that immediately and instantaneously transforms your attack. It transforms the face of the club. It transforms how people see the club. It goes from being title pretenders to being title contenders. Yes, I don't care what anybody say, because this is an out-and-out striker. This is a striker they've been crying for all this while. They have been crying for an experienced striker, a goal project, a striker who understands how to score goals, a striker who understands how to win titles, a striker who has been there and who has done it, an experienced striker, a 27-year-old Victor Gyökeres. What a transfer, man. Congratulations to our Arsenal fans, you know, for securing this deal. And I hopefully, I wish you guys good luck that this particular transfer change your season for the best, because you have been nearly there. Let's see if this particular transfer can take you guys to the promised land. Let's see if this particular transfer can put you guys in that particular spot where you want to be, to either win the Premier League, win the Champions League, win the FA Cup, or at least a trophy for the season. What a transfer. Congratulations once again to all Arsenal fans. Now, what does this mean, you know, for Arsenal? Now, according to Fabrizio, he says, breaking, Victor Gyökeres to Arsenal have, here we go. Verbal agreements in place between all parties involved. Sporting accepts last bid from Arsenal for 63.5 million guaranteed fee plus 10 million, that's in add-ons. Then agents will reduce his commission. Gyokeres will sign 5-year deal at Arsenal. He only wanted Arsenal. Manchester United tried yesterday or a few days ago to find a way to hijack the deal, but it didn't work out for them because Gyokeres only wanted Arsenal. Okay, now a whole lot of things were done for this deal to actually work out. First of all, his agents reduced the salary, reduced his commission rather, for this deal to actually work out. Gyokeres reduced his own percentage for this deal to work. So all parties wanted this deal to work out, except the Sporting president, who is so stubborn and who wants a whole lot of, you know, who wants a bigger fee, you know, that to come to him. Because obviously there's a 10% clause that is actually going to Coventry City, who sold him to Lisbon. All right, who sold him to Sporting Lisbon. So he wants enough of it. So that being said, let's move on quickly. Now, what does this signing actually mean to Arsenal? How does this signing actually translate or help the team? 5 things Arsenal fans need to know about Victor Gyökeres, what he will bring to this club, why Arsenal actually pulled the plug, why Arsenal actually bought him. Now, these are the things I want you to understand about this player. Yes, you must have watched his clips. You must have watched his compilations. You must have heard a lot about him. You must have watched his highlights. But that's not what I'm saying. But this is to explain further, all right, what this signing actually means to Arsenal as a club. First of all, this guy is an experienced goal poacher. What I mean is an experienced striker. He's a goal poacher. He's a real at-and-out number 9. He's not like the false 9, like the Kai Havertz, you know, João Pedro of Chelsea, or like, you know what I mean? He's a real number 9, like the Suarez kind of number 9, like the Lewandowski kind of number, like the old school number 9, a number 9 who understands his role, a number 9 who doesn't have too much business doing in the midfield, a number 9 who would not want to play as a number 10, a number 9 who knows that he wants to be that top number 9 and who score goals as a number 9. Because he has that box presence. For a player who won the Portuguese league back-to-back, so you understand he scores goals. In 2 seasons, he has gotten over 100 goals, or 90-something goals, if I'm not mistaken, in 2 seasons, you know, for Sporting. So he understands how to play this game. He has 43 goals for the just concluded season. So imagine those goals are added to the Arsenal season for last season. That would have been the league title. That would have been probably a Champions League final qualification. That would have actually taken Arsenal far if that 43 goals was added to Arsenal's season for last season. So he gives you that goals. Guaranteed he will score goals. And, you know, he's a goal poacher, like I said. He brings experience into the squad. Like, what I mean is, Arsenal attack will be transformed. He's not coming to sit on the bench. He's coming to be that number 1 striker for Arsenal. He's coming to be that striker that is so experienced in attack. He has the ability to be versatile. Like, he can drop wide, come in, not really back down into midfield, but he can take a player on. He can drag players out of position. He can change the phase of Arsenal's attack. All right, that is the kind of player he is. He can drift wide, and those are the kind of things he does for Sporting that makes him apart from the ordinary striker. So Arsenal are getting a very, very good striker, you know, in Victor Gyökeres. Thirdly, this is the Premier League. In the Premier League, you have to be physical. All right, as a striker, you will be bullied because we have tall, powerful center backs in the Premier League. So first of all, he has that physique. He can outplay. He can hustle his ball in. You know that kind of Luis Suarez kind of strength, power, Diego Costa kind of power. That's what he brings to the Arsenal team. So that is guaranteed. All right. So he gives defenders a run for their money. He can actually bully defenders. You know, he can on his own break down low blocks. All right, that is the kind of striker Arsenal gets in. So when it comes to counter press, when it comes to counter attack, he's there. When it comes to breaking low blocks, he's there. He has the ability to bully defenders. So Arsenal currently has that kind of striker in there because he's a different kind of striker from Kai Havertz. So that is what he's getting as an Arsenal fan. That is what you should expect for Victor Gyökeres. So he's a very, very talented striker, and that's what I like about him. And it's these days in football, it's more of a press. PSG became the best team in the world because of how much they press. Barcelona did well last season because of how much they press. They keep an island and they press. Chelsea won the Club World Cup because they used the same pattern and the same way PSG actually presses team, and they used it against PSG in the final, and it worked out, and Chelsea won the Club World Cup. So that is how teams want to play this season. That is how teams want to press more, aggressive press than how it used to be. So Victor Gyökeres gives you the ability to press higher. All right, that is the kind of player he is. He makes those intelligent runs. He presses the oppositions. He gives defenders a run for their money. He gives the defenders headache. So that is what, as an Arsenal fan, you should expect of Victor Gyökeres. Fantastic player. Is this player that I love his style of play. All right, if the goals doesn't come from tap-ins, clinical play, he hustles his goal, he works for the goals, and he makes sure he scores goals because he's a goal scorer and he wants to do well. Finally, he adds to the Arsenal squad depth. Now, Arsenal will be able to rely not just on Victor Gyökeres, Kai Havertz, all right, is also there. Gabriel Jesus is also there. So you have 3 strikers in the squad, and also, you know, the midfielder who played numerous times for Arsenal in attack last season can also deputize. So you have so much options, you know, in attack. You have so much options to play the striking role. So that is what it brings, you know, to Arsenal. So it's a very good signing for me. I think he's going to do well, and he's not an injury-prone player. So that itself is another plus for Arsenal, because this is not the kind of player that will play 2 games and go on injury, play 3 games, go on another injury, play 4 games. No, that is not the kind of player he is. So congratulations to Arsenal for picking this kind of player, for making sure you do everything possible to secure this deal. Now, the disadvantage of this deal, one thing you should be worried about as an Arsenal fan, or to those Arsenal fans out there, is Portuguese strikers, or strikers who have actually played in the Portuguese league and they leave for a bigger fee, most of the time flops. I can give you a few names. Vinicius, who played for Tottenham, went to Fulham, did not do well. Darwin Núñez, who played, they couldn't do well. Some players, look at what's happening to Ramos. Goncalo Ramos right now at PSG. He came from the Portuguese league, from Benfica. He's not doing well. So most players who come from the Portuguese league find it very difficult to adapt, you know, to other leagues. But it might be a different case for Victor Gyökeres. Why? Because he has played in the Premier League before. He has played English football before. He understands English football with Coventry. He didn't play, I think he made just 1 appearance with Brighton. So he might already understand how the English game is. Yes, we can't compare the Championship with the Premier League, but still, that gives him another idea of how the English game works, and it's very physical. So that might help at the end of the day. Mikel Arteta will integrate him into the squad, and I hope it settles down early, you know, for him to start doing the business, for him to start scoring goals. Mbeumo to Manchester United, tick, happy. Ekitike to Liverpool, tick, happy. So it's a strikers market. This season is a strikers market. So Arsenal fans, are you happy with this deal? Tell me what you think about Victor Gyökeres. Is it going to be successful at the Emirates? Is this the deal you've always wanted? Is with this signing, win you the league? That is the most important question. If you are new to this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, join this family. Until I come away again next time, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. I am your boy Mikel. Stay cool. Cheers.